Hey guys, this is me Ashik. So in this video we are going to look on ORMs. Where ORM stands for Object Relational Mapping. So ORM is a way of connecting the object orientation features of Python along with SQL. So before we begin, don't forget to hit the subscribe button below and let's get started. So the first things first we need to install the couple of dependencies. So in order to use ORM, we'll be using a package called Flask SQL Alchemy, and then we'll also be using Flask and PSY COPG2. So you can install the dependencies by doing a pip and install Flask, Flask, Flask dash SQL Alchemy PSYCOPG2. So this will install them in your local machine, or you can download this pip file.log and then you can just do a pip and sync, which will install them in your local machine. The basic idea of ORMs is that we model an SQL table in the form of a class, and then we use certain methods to query the database. So let's see how we can do that. So first we need to do a couple of imports. So we say from Flask we import Flask. We are not going to be creating a web application, but Flask SQL Alchemy uses our application's configuration file in order to find the database URL. So we need to create our application, and we'll also be using from Flask underscore SQL Alchemy import SQL Alchemy, yeah. And oops, sorry for that. Importing SQL Alchemy. So app equals Flask underscore name underscore, and then we need to set a couple of configuration values. So I'm also be going to be using the OS module. So say import OS. So we say app.config SQL Alchemy database URI, which is going to be the URL of our database. So you say os.getEnd. I've set it as a configuration. I've set it as an environment variable. So you say database URL, and then we'll also do another configuration value. Say SQL Alchemy track modifications. Since we'll set it to false, since we don't want SQL Alchemy to track the changes. So now, in order to create a database object, we say db equals. We call in the constructor. We say SQL Alchemy, and we pass in our application. So now it's time to create our table in the form of a class. So we'll create a class called users, which is going to inherit from db.model. Model, and so we'll be creating the columns of a table. So we say id equals db.column to create a column, and it's going to be of type integer. So we say db.integer, and primary key equals true, because this is going to be the primary way of retrieving the records from the database. So we will also create another field. We say name equals db.column. It's going to be of type string of 30 characters, and nullable equals false. So nullable equals false is a way of telling Flask SQL Alchemy is that don't allow null values in this column. So we'll also create another column called age equals db dot column. It's going to be db dot integer, and nullable equals false. So that's it. So if we, in order to give a name for our table, we need to use this. We need to set the underscore table name underscore equal to the name of the table. So we are going to say users. So now we have created a class called users, and then in users we have three fields: ID, name, and age. So now let's see how we can convert this into an SQL table. So So before doing that, so let me go into the database. If I just do a backslash d, right now I don't have any relations in my database. So I'm just going to be doing everything from the interpreter, which is easy for me. So I will start up the interpreter. So from this models.py file, we are going to be importing everything. So we say from models, we import asterisk. Oops. From models, import asterisk. Oops. The flask has to be, the name of the package was not correct. So we say flask. So looking this up. Python. I'll also import the system so that I can clear this terminal. System from models, import asterisk. Just clear this up. System CLS. So now, in order to create tables, so we say db dot create all. So now, if I press enter, Flask SQL Alchemy is going to get all of my classes and is going to convert it into SQL tables. So let me press enter. Yeah. So now, if I do a backslash d, I should see the tables. Yeah. So here I have two tables. Sorry, I have one table. The other one is used for auto increment. So now let's see how we can insert values into this table. So in order to insert values, we first need to create an object. So we'll first create an object. We say user equals user, name equals Jack, and the age equals 20. So in order to add this user to our database, we say db dot session dot add user, and then we say db dot session dot commit. So to commit our changes. So now if I do a select star from users, so I have a single record in my database. So in order for this tutorial, we need a couple of more records as well. So I'm going to fast forward creating the records. So now we have added all of the records. So now we have four records in the database. So till now we have been only seeing about inserting records into the table. So now let's see how we can select values from the table. So in order to select, we need to query the database. So we say users equals user dot query dot all to get all of the results. So and then we'll loop through the users. So we say for user in users, we'll just print and we'll just print user dot id comma user dot name comma user dot age. So now if I print this, so see I get the four records from the database. So now if you wanted only the first result, there is also something called as dot first. So we say user equals user dot query dot first, which will only give us the first record of the result. So now if I type in user, sorry, I have to type in, since this is an object, I have to say for id, I'll just print user dot id, user dot name, comma user dot age. So now we get the first record of the table, which is Jack. So before proceeding, I think it would be better if I just give a printable representation for this object. So I need not loop through this every time. Define underscore record. Going to be self. So we'll just return an f string of self.id, comma self.name, comma self dot age. So I'll start up the interpreter again. From models import asterisk, from OS import system system CSS. So now let's see how we can select the records from the table based on certain conditions. So we have this four records in the table. So let's say users equals. So say if you want to get all of the users whose age is greater than 15, whose age is greater than 15, we say users equals user dot query dot filter to filter the results. We want to filter it based on the user dot age greater than 15, and we want all of the results. So we say dot all. So now if I just type in users, so we get these three records from the table since their age is greater than 18. So now if you wanted to select only specific columns of a table, we can use the dot with entities method. So for instance, if you wanted to select only the names of all of the users, we can do that by users equals user dot query dot with entities, and we only want the name field. So you say user dot name dot all. So now if I type in users, this should only show me the names of all of the users. So we press enter. So I only get the name of all of the users. So till now we have only been seeing on how to select data. So now let's try to update the table. So just clear this up. So now just go select start from users. So this is the data we have in the table. So let's try to increment the age of all the users by 1. So in order to update, we need to query the entire row. So we say users equals user dot query dot all, and for user in users, we want to set the user dot age plus equals 1. So and then now we have changed all of the age of all of the users. So we say db dot session dot commit our changes. So now if I query the database again, user dot query dot all, I just type in users. So if we see the age of all of the users is being incremented by 1. So this is how you can update a record from the table. So and let's also see how we can delete a record from the table. So let's try to delete this record with ID 3. So in order to delete, we query the record. So we say user equals user dot query dot filter, and we are going to filter it based on the ID. So we say user dot ID equals 3 dot first. Sorry, I should say user equals user dot query dot filter, user dot id equals 3 dot first. So now in order to delete, we say db dot session dot delete user. And now we commit our changes. We say db dot session dot commit. I guess it should have been committed. So it again query the database. Say users equals user dot query dot all. So now if I type in users, yeah, the third record has been deleted. So let's also see how we can select the tables based on multiple conditions. Clear the screen. So we can just go select star from users. So for instance, if you wanted to select the users, uh, if their age is greater than 20, or if their ID is greater than 3, you want to get the list of all of the users. So you can do that by users equals user dot query dot filter. So if you want to query them if their age is greater than 20, or Since we are going to be using or condition, we have to use the pipe symbol. So or if the user dot id is greater than 3 dot all. I guess this should return up two records. One is Jack and the other one is other one is Kim. So if I type in users, yeah. So now we get the two records. So similarly, there is also another one. If you wanted to use an AND condition, so you say user dot query dot filter. We say user dot age greater than 20, and for an AND condition, we say user dot id greater than 3 dot all. So I guess this should return up none, since because there is no user whose age is greater than 10 and who has an ID of 3. So if I type in users, yeah, so it's giving me an empty list. So in the last thing which I wanted to say is that similar to db.createAll, there is also another command to drop all of the tables. So we say db.drop all to drop all of the tables. So if we press enter, let's wait for it to get executed. I guess there's something wrong with the user. I have to check this out. So that's it, guys. In this video, we have learned how to model an SQL table in the form of a class, and then we also executed some basic ORM queries where we inserted data into the table. We selected data from the table. We also selected data based on certain conditions. We also went on how to update data from the table. We also looked on how we can delete records from the table. So in the next video, we are planning to create an app where we use ORM to query the database. So let's stay tuned for that. The video will be released hopefully soon. So and that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button below. If you enjoyed this video, give a thumbs up. That's it, guys. Thank you. Thanks for watching.